Good day, good people, and welcome back to my channel. Now, today's video, I'm not going to hold you guys for that long, but there are some things that I want to get into. But before we get into all that, if you're not subscribed to this channel, hit that subscription button, hit that notification button and bell so that way you can be notified every time I'm dropping a video. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and as always, drop a comment in that comment section. Now, let's get to today's video. So like I said, in today's video, I'm not going to hold you guys for that long, but there are some things that I want to get into when we talk about Miss Karlissa, Blueface, and Jada Alexis, and also a little bit of Chrisean Rock. So Miss Karlissa keeps putting herself into business that does not belong to her. Now, a minute ago, she had been saying that she wanted her sons to be with Making the Stallion and some other lady, and she was talking about her son Dre, and she was talking about Blueface. And I guess she was recently on a live, and she was saying that she wants her son, again, to be with Making a Stallion, and she wants her son to have a baby with Making a Stallion. And then I guess people were in the comment section were saying, you know, like her son, Blueface, isn't good enough to be with Making a Stallion. And these comments were wrong, yes. But at the same time, people have their own opinion and they feel like how they feel. And of course, they're going to give their 2 cents, especially with people who are out there on social media. So they all taking it into consideration and were like, no, Making a Stallion is way too good to be with a Blueface. She don't need to be with him. And Miss Karlissa chimed in and was like, Making a Stallion just got shot in her foot. What do you mean? My son won't shoot her in the foot. He might shoot her in her behind, but he won't shoot her in the foot. And, you know, was saying all this other kind of stuff. And I get where she was coming from. It's like nobody is better than nobody, regardless of who you are and what your stature is. And definitely Megan Thee Stallion is no better than anybody, especially not a Blueface. But in the same breath, you were the one who was amping up these stories and saying that you wanted your sons to be with Megan Thee Stallion and the other lady who she said she wanted Dre to be with. But you were the one who put this out there into the universe and wanted people to feed off of it. So now you got people feeding off of it. And of course, some people are going to say negative things. What were you expecting? Nobody's going to say anything positive about Blueface being with yet another lady. And you off top saying that you want Blueface to have a baby with Megan Thee Stallion. Nobody wants Blueface to have another child right now. He is a good father, but nobody wants him to have another child. And nobody wants to be thrown into the debacle that Jada Alexis and Chrisean Rock are already going through. Already, this family has so much turmoil, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but it's what you guys have shown us. The whole family is going back and forth, is talking about each other. It's you guys talking mess about each other, and then still showing up in you guys' faces and, you know, to shows and appearances and stuff like that. Because I remember Callie said she wasn't showing up, but Dre was talking bad about his mom, but then, you know, they all still showed up for their mom. And I'm not saying that they're bad children or nothing like that for showing up for their mom, but I'm saying, what was the point of getting on the internet talking all that hoo-ha and hot about someone who is your mother, who you already knew how she was going to be, and then you still turned around and told us, you know, you weren't going to do something, but still turned around and did what you told us that you weren't going to do. So it's like, you guys are doing, the family does the same thing. It's a revolving door, and this is why Blueface does what he does. The family keeps doing what they said that they're not going to do, and that's basically what's happening, and it's trickled down to the children. So at the end of the day, whatever you guys are showing us, that's what we're taking in, and that's all we have to see. But she's the one who started off saying that she wanted her sons to be with these different women. And then she comes out and she says, no disrespect to Jada Alexis, because Blueface has been with her since the 9th grade. It is disrespect. If any woman comes out, a mother in particular, comes out and says, hey, and you have 2 children with their son, and they come out and say, hey, I want my son to be with this person. And not only did you say it once, you said it multiple times on your Instagram platform, multiple times, like, and just in general, you know, on live and everything. So if a person says that, it is disrespect. You can say no disrespect all you want, but usually when a both say no disrespect, it usually is disrespect added to that at the end of the day. So Jada Alexis has all the right to feel how she want to feel. I'm pretty sure Blueface feels like, why do you keep opening that hole in your face? He's already told you not to talk about his baby mamas, and yet you're still going on saying and telling the world you want him to be with X, Y, and Z. But you know that he has 2 baby mothers. And you know that one in particular he's been with since, like you said, the 9th grade. And he has 2 children with her. So why would you even put that out there? That just going to cause that girl to have more resentment towards you and to make her feel a certain type of way towards you. And then at the end of the day, like I keep saying, do you guys not think that these children are going to be able to go back online later on down the line when they become a certain age and be able to see what their grandma and what their mom and dad was doing on the internet? They're going to be able to see all of this. So the fact that she keeps shooting herself in the foot herself, no point intended on the Megan situation, but the point that she keeps shooting herself in the foot is going to disturb what they got going on. And honestly, it's going to make those kids look at her a certain different type of way. Now, she may have a great relationship with them right now because they're not old enough to get up online and go search what granny or mama and daddy and them is doing. They probably only know how to find their videos, like their music videos and stuff like that up on YouTube. But later on, they are going to be able to see what she's saying, and they're not going to appreciate that. And then they're going to understand why their mothers feel a certain type of way towards their father's mother, because she keeps saying disrespectful stuff. And like I said, it does not matter because you say no disrespect. It is disrespect. It's disrespect once you know it's disrespectful. That's why she said no disrespect, but you kept doing it. This is like the 4th or 5th time I personally have heard her talk about she wanted Blueface to be with Megan Thee Stallion and she wanted Dre to be with somebody else. She keeps saying it. And all it's going to do is just cause even more of a divide and a bridge between her and her grandchildren when they get of age, and for sure her in between these two women, because they're not going to keep taking this. Regardless if you want your sons to be with these women or not, they laid down with them, they had children with them. You don't need to keep putting it up in everybody else's face. That's not going to make Megan Thee Stallion want to reach out and date Blueface anytime soon. It's just not. And when we jumping on to this Chrisean Rock situation, she and Rodney Doe, I think that's his name, his last name, that's up on the Instagram, but it's Rodney. Rodney is going to capitalize off of everything that he can right now because she allowed us to see who he was last month. She has allowed him to be a heavy player. Now, regardless if he's come out before and said anything, because I don't think that he's ever come out before and said anything. We barely knew who he was, but now this brother's page has skyrocketed with the amount of followers. And you know why he has followers and blogs following him and stuff? Because everybody wants to know, what is he going to say? What is he going to say next? And so he had a response, and I told you about that in my other video, and she came back out with a response and said that he's a liar. She only was visiting him so that way she can get some drugs and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, Ronnie comes out and says, hey, you was getting drugs up until you was 9 months pregnant and blah, blah, blah. And you know he was going to turn it and say something negative towards her. But it's like, you should not give this person any type of attention, any type of acknowledgement, any type of nothing. It's bad enough that you already put him on the Instagram so that way people was going to screen record, because that was over a month ago and people got those images. I was able even to go back and go find the image of what he first looked like when she posted him up on her Instagram page. But you put something on the internet, it's going to be there for life. That's just basically what you have to remember. Somebody's going to screen record it. Somebody's going to save it in their, archive. It's going to be there. And because she went back and said something to him, he felt like he was able to come back and say something to respond to her. And then she went back and said something else. So he just got a gang of people following him now. And it's all going to be nosy. Hell, that's the only reason why I look at him up on Instagram, just to see what the heck he done posted or see if he's respond to her. And 9 times out of 10, if it don't have nothing to do with her, his page is pretty dry. But if it got something to do with her, his page is popping. But I know that he has gained a great amount of subscribers and followers as of these last couple of weeks since this story has dropped and a whole bunch of other stuff, especially since last month. But as of the last couple of weeks, since he's come out and said that Blueface wasn't the father, yeah, his page has bumped up a whole bunch because people want to be nosy and see what the heck he's going to say. Y'all drop a comment in the comment section, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next video respectfully.